Hey, Nurse Mom.
Nurse Mom's gonna write down. See how much hourly wage is for caregivers.
He'll start charging us.
Yes, ma'am.
You gonna file a claim against our insurance?
Yes, ma'am.
It records the electrical signals your muscles make when you move them, probes. A computer measures how quickly the signals pass from one electrode to another. For the needle electromyogram, a special needle is placed into one of your muscles. You relax the muscle and then you contract it. The needle measures how much electricity your muscle generates. The needle may be put in several different muscles during your test. When your test is done, you can go home. Your muscles may feel tender for a few days. Your healthcare provider will study the results of your exam and will talk to you about them at a follow-up visit.
Currently at the doctor's office getting my nerve study done, and I don't know how well you all will be able to see this, but got different markings on my hand. I just had the first part of the nerve study done, and so now I'm just waiting on the second piece. And then I got this heating pad just to keep my hand warm until I get the test done. With the first test, temperature can affect the results. And so when she came in, my hand was really cold. So I had to use the heating pad for a few minutes just so I can get better results on that test, or that they can get more accurate results, I guess, on the test. So for right now, I am waiting on the second part. And yes, I will see you all once the second part is done and we're on our way back home. But anyway, I didn't want to record too much of this visit just because, you know, some people are very particular about being on YouTube or being in videos. So I didn't really know how that was going to go. So I didn't bother to ask about doing a video, and I left my camera in the car. But anyway, I'll give you all at least some glimpse as to what's going on. So right now, I'm just waiting, really. So I'll see you all later.
It's loud.
Ooh,
They yelling at their customers.
I thought it was just me.
Mom jumped.
Yes, I did, John. Maybe nice. Someplace you go.
Yeah, Starbucks. What you getting, Mom?
Caramel apple spice.
And I'm getting a caramel ribbon crunch
Light ice cream
frappuccino.
base.
Mom trying to put me on blast. Cream based light ice venti.
I'm getting
That's
robbed.
it. Very simple. Huh?
I'm getting robbed. Pain everywhere we go. Next stop is gonna be home. That ain't free.
We got breakfast from Chick-fil-A, and Dad, what Dad got?
Actually he has food at home, but I got him an egg McMuffin and
An egg McMuffin and a hash brown.
a hash brown.
And I got 2 hash browns.
So, but I fixed for him raisin cinnamon oatmeal before I left.
Probably need to be eating oatmeal though.
Yeah, raisin cinnamon oatmeal. And fruit with raisins.
Fruit.
Fruit from Chick-fil-A. That's good. That's that for today, Jawar. We'll do Dad's steak next
Tomorrow
time.
Dad has all his appointments, and then Friday I got my appointment again with the doctor.
And Mom.
Just to go over my results and figure out he said a plan of care today.
Yeah.
And then what about Mom? We can't, oh, I see you.
Mom need to figure out a plan of care. I wish we didn't have to. I'd go get me a massage.
Hey, Nurse Mom.
Nurse Mom's gonna write down. See how much hourly wage is for caregivers.
He'll start charging us.
Yes, ma'am.
You gonna file a claim against our insurance?
Yes, ma'am.
You gotta figure out our dates of service. You gotta get our diagnostic codes.
That's all right. They'll send you.
How you gonna bill it? What type of bill you gonna use?
They'll send your EOB.
I used to work in the Medicare customer service department, so we dealt with claims a lot. So
we'll look at you don't have Medicare though.
No, I don't have Medicare, but I'm just saying as far as billing.
You have your EOB.
You gonna use what kind of billing type you gonna use? A skilled nursing facility?
I'll ask Aunt Nancy for transportation.
You know we gotta have a 3-day qualifying hospital stay in order to have the skilled nursing facility. So maybe you do an inpatient claim. Inpatient will be like 11X bill type.
Yes.
So it'd be like a 111.
Okay.
So I just wanted to give like a quick update as to what's going on. So I had two different nerve studies or 2 different diagnostic tests. So the first one, she just did electrodes on my arms, like you all saw the pin markings on my arm. So she put the electrodes on my arm and then also on my, she went through and she did a couple of those on like both sides of my hands and different things like that. And then I had my second test with the doctor. And so in his case, he actually used needles. He put needles into the muscles of my arm. And he said sometimes they put them in your neck as well. But I guess because my injury is localized to my, hey Dad, it's localized to my wrist. Then he just did my arm, and then my wrist as well. And also in my hand, which I kind of wiped out because I started bleeding. Had me lift my fingers up, tried to get me to separate these first 2 fingers the best that I could and try to get results from that. And so ultimately what he came back with after all of the testing and after looking at all of my responses, he determined, or he was able to determine that. And then they also did, quick overview, but they also did a comparison. They put some electrodes on this hand as well, just to kind of get a comparison, to get kind of an idea what my baseline is. But he noticed I had slight sensory reaction on my pinky. And so he thinks, based upon what he's seen, he thinks that the ulnar nerve was severed, but he doesn't think that it was completely cut. So at this point, he's saying, he asked if I noticed like any change, any improvement since the accident. I told him I hadn't. And so he said that he doesn't think that this is anything, based on what he's seeing and that kind of thing, he doesn't think that this is something that's going to improve with time. And so he is sending me back to the original doctor. He said that after looking at the results, and he'll come up with a plan of care. And he said that he wouldn't be surprised if they decide, the orthopedic surgeon decides to cut open my wrist and kind of do some exploring to see what's going on in there. So at this point, more or less it's determined that surgery is required. It's not something that's going to heal on its own. So I will need to have surgery or some kind of intervention. And he was actually surprised today. He was saying, and you didn't, he's like, you know, wow, like you didn't cut an artery. And I guess he was kind of shocked that no artery was cut in this situation. This is where we are. And, you know, as much as we can talk about what could have been, what should have been, you know, if you've gotten this taken care of right away and all this stuff, you know, things could have been different. We can't change the past. We can change our current and we can change our future. But there's absolutely nothing we can do about what happened in the past. So for me, it's like pointless to even mull over or even stress about at this point. So I'm just kind of going with the flow, going with what's happening now. Anyway, so here we are. We're at home now. I'm about to go and eat. And to tell you the truth, like, it wasn't that bad. Like, it just felt like slight electric shocks, or like just slight shocks. So you can feel it. Like my arm jumped a couple of times during the first test. And I kind of joked with her and I was like, well, you're having a good day, right? Like, she's like, could you imagine me doing this on a bad day? I'm like, no. But she was really nice. But anyway, what I wanted to say is, like, this part of my hand, it burns. Like, I don't know, like my fingertips kind of burn right now. I don't know if maybe because he said he got literally no response from those 2 fingers, no response at all. So I don't know if maybe they ramped it up a little bit more just to see if they could get anything. But anyway, I'll see you all later.